Hi YouTube, welcome back. Well, a couple days ago I saw a video from MIgardener talking about why he gardens. And then yesterday I saw a video from Roots and Refuge talking about why Jess gardens. And I've been thinking for a couple of days of doing the same. I am not a conventional gardener. I did not grow up with gardening. I barely grew up with fresh fruits and vegetables. But I learned many years ago the benefits of eating better. It's expensive. It's very expensive, especially when you have a family of 6. There are 4 kids in the house currently because my oldest has moved out. And the oldest one here is 16. Any of you who have had teenagers know how much they eat. And then my daughter is 12. And then my 2 little boys are 8 and 6. They don't eat as much, but add that to me and my husband, and it can get quite pricey. So fresh fruits and vegetables are usually a luxury. About a year and a half ago, my husband and I started talking about growing our own. Our kids have no idea where their food really comes from. And we thought it would be a great way to teach them. And I thought, well, I better start learning how to can as well. If we're going to have stuff, we need to learn how to preserve it. So I made a deal with my husband that he would take care of the outside stuff, the growing and everything, and I would learn how to can. Because every plant that I've ever had, I've killed up until that point. I'll do the research and I'll tell you what to do. So I started doing the research. I got one book and then I looked up a lot of YouTube videos. I learned a lot and I started thinking, maybe I can do this. And then my husband started getting more hours and he wasn't going to be able to do the outside gardening stuff. So I did it. I had a little bit of help from the kids. My husband helped set up the beds and stuff. But I did most of the actual growing and planting, and harvesting and watering. And I loved it. Once I learned what to do with the plants, it was actually pretty fun. And I got excited every time I saw something new germinating and growing, and I got excited when I started to see flowers forming and fruit forming. And my original plan: start out low, take it easy, learn the ropes, learn the basics. And I quickly thought, well, I can do this, and I was putting stuff everywhere. I saw the Back to Eden movie on YouTube. And I was like, I don't need to build a raised bed. I don't need to do any of that. I just throw some compost down on the ground and grow in it. So I started adding little places around the yard and adding more stuff. A lot of which I planted too late because by then it was the middle of the summer. But that's okay because it was still a learning experience. And this year, if any of you have watched my other videos, I've added a lot to the garden. That's what I started with. And that's what I've expanded to this year. And I've gone from just a handful of plants to I'm starting about 250 plants inside. That's not including what I'm direct sowing. I haven't started them all yet. Some of them are still a little too early. But I have gotten the gardening bug. I am excited. It makes me feel closer to nature. It makes me feel closer to God. To actually sit there amongst the growing plants. Sitting there looking at the flowers, watching the birds. Watching the butterflies and the bees and all the other insects that I don't know what they are, worrying that they might eat my plants, but it's it's so calming that all summer, all I wanted to do was go sit in the garden until it would get too hot, and then I'd go sit in the air conditioning. But I just want to sit in the garden, and all winter long, just aching to be able to grow something, to get that excitement again. And it's something you can do with your kids. And they are actually excited this year because they get to garden as well. Only 3 of them are going to garden, but I'll take it. It's a start. My oldest has started gardening. He actually started growing a few things before I did. But it's something that we share that we can talk about. Just be careful not to talk so much about gardening that you make everyone else around you sick of hearing about it. I've done that a little bit. I know I have. But it's something that excites me. It's peaceful, it's calming, and I just needed that return to nature. It has also sparked a lot of curiosity, because now I'm wondering, well, there's all these different gardening methods and tips and conflicting information that I want to try them all. I started trying a few things last year. Some worked, some didn't. A lot of them didn't, but that's okay. I learned from them. And I'm trying a lot of new things this year. And I love it. I love this gardening stuff. I'm not great at it. I am still learning. This is my 2nd year gardening. But I've started treating it like school. And I studied it to know, what is this plant? What does it need? How does it grow? How does that compare to the other ones? How should I put it together with this and that? And I think that was very successful for me. That's not for everybody, but it's for me. The hands-on helps more than anything. Because no matter how much you read or how much you see videos of, you're not going to learn everything that way. So if you're starting to garden or thinking about starting to garden, just grow something. Even if all you have room for right now is a few pots on your porch or a balcony, just grow something. The more you grow, the more you'll learn. And you might just end up with the gardening bug, like a lot of us here in this community on YouTube. So I want to call to all of you potential gardeners, just get going. Get started. Go out and grow something. And for all of you that already garden, put up your own video. Tell us why you garden. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And remember, life's an adventure. Thanks for joining me in mine. God bless.